Uh, oh, very good evening, guys. Am I audible to you?
Good evening, bro.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Okay. So, yeah, before moving on today's class, okay, can you just anyone just explain me what we have shown yesterday?
PS is features, bro.
Okay, then
Arrow functions, array methods.
okay. So these are comes under year 6, right?
Yes,
Okay. So then also
JSX and components.
okay. Uh so okay, so we also saw props, okay?
Yes,
Yeah. So can you just anyone explain what is props? Guys?
pass data from a parent component to the child component.
Okay, good. That's great. So yeah, okay, good. So we'll move on to next one. So yesterday I have just left one topic in JSX and its component. Okay, so shall we proceed that right now? So the state in class component and the life cycle method in class component. Okay. So the first one is state. Okay, so what is an state? So state is a special object, okay, that stores data and that can be changed over time and affects what get render. Okay, so that's the definition of state. So in the class components, okay, how we are going to declare the state? Okay, just give me a second. All right, is my screen visible to you? Hello.
Yes, bro.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so the state in class component, the states are also be used in functional component also, but there is a different method. So how we are going to use the state in with the help of class component? Okay. uh okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so we'll move on to the first one. Okay, I'm just going to explain you what is the class component and the state and life cycle method of class component. Okay, so anyhow we are not going to look into that. Okay, for the reference purpose, so in an interview they will ask, okay, what is the class component, what is the functional component. So for that purpose you have to be ready. So you have to know that the basic syntax, basic JSS syntax for the class component. Okay, so let me move on to the class component state and lifecycle method. So I'm going to create my file in component folder. So the file name will be the class component, okay, .jsx. Okay, so I'm just writing that, and now I'm going to import with the help of RAFCE. Okay, so inbuilt function of React predefined value. Change this class component to be capitalized method. Okay, okay, right. So now what we have to do is, okay, before that we are moving. So comment this. Okay, so now I am not going to use this also. So first thing I'm going to import React. Okay, and then I'm going to use component. Okay, so the class component structure, and then I'm going to class. Okay, the name will be counter, the file name, extend, then the component. So that component what I have imported here, so that we have to call. Okay, and then open the curly braces and then you have to write the constructor. So constructor, and you have to pass the value of props. Okay. So now, so there you have to mention another one. So that will be a super. Okay. And here also you have to give the value of props. Okay. So now how I'm going to declare the state variable in class component. So you have to mention the this function. So I just refer you in JavaScript. Okay, what is this that? So this dot state. Okay, you have to mention the value, and then you have to is equals to open the parenthesis. Just a second. I think this won't become here. Okay. Super from this dot state, and inside you have to give the value count is equals to 0. Okay, so now I'm going to increment this. Okay, in terms of value, if I click the button, so that will be keep on increasing to the 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so that's this is how it's done. But now I have just shown you the how it is state has been declared inside the class component. Okay, so now so I'm going on to the what is a lifecycle method. So lifecycle methods are built-in React method that runs at specific point in a component, like mounting, updating, and unmounting. So for an example, if you're calling a data from a API server, so you'll be using the mounting value. And if you want to update that data using, so you'll be using updating and the unmounting. So there is a definition between these things. Okay. So mounting method is known as component in mount. So what is that says call once after a component mounts, API call and DOM actions. Okay. So this is the things for component date mount. Okay. This is a component date mount, the method, and for updating there is a name called component date update. So what is it called after the state or prop updates? Okay, whenever if there is an update, or whenever if there is a prop value has been called inside a state or prop, so that this function does. Okay, so then another one is unmounting. So component will mount, will unmount is the syntax for that. So what is a component call before the component is removed? Okay, whenever if when the component has been removed, so this is used. Okay, so let's look into the basics example for this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here I'm going to give as export. Okay, I'm going to uh, export default, so the file name will be the counter. Okay, so now so already I have declared the state variable inside a constructor. So I'm calling the super as a props, and this dot set. Okay. So for the first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount a variable. Okay. So the first scenario will be the mount a variable. So how I'm going to mount it? Mounting. Okay. So for that syntax, I'm going to use component already is there. Component did mount. Call this function, open flower basis, close it. So here you have to, just for an example, console.log of component okay. So yeah, components mounted. So before that we have to use a render. Okay, open this, then click on return, write a div basics h1 uh, hello. So now what I'm going to do is going to my main page, main.jsx. Okay, let me comment this, and now I'm going to call the counter file. Okay, right. So cd, or it is in React. Okay, cd Besant, then pm Sunday. Okay. Okay, so do you see how I'm just mounting that one? Okay, hello, the count value is 0. Okay, so if you want to see that component did mount has been updated or not, go to the console. You'll be seeing the value component mounted. Okay, so whenever it is yeah, call once after the component mounts, API call and DOM actions. Okay, so we have seen the component did mount, and I'm going to go for the component did update. Okay, so just give me a second. So go with component. There is a did update. Open. Go with this. If previous state. Okay, so previous states of count. Previous states dot count is equal to this dot state dot count. Okay, dot log component updated. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is remove this, close this, make it as okay. So it will be like this. Okay. And then I'm going with my previous state. Okay. So before that, I have to mention here the previous props, comma, previous state. Okay. So right here it is. And we'll go for the one thing. Okay. Component will unmount. Just go there. Just write it console. Okay. So, okay. And then you have to write the when I click the button, this should be increment into 1 or 2. So how I'm going to write the logic? Okay. First give the function name increment. So that will be kind of arrow. Okay. So remember guys, so in functional component, what we will do is we'll give here as a variable declare one this and another one is function. So we won't be giving any arrow for that. Okay. So in normally we will be calling this. So that's the difference between the functional and class component. You are not going to call any variable function like constant or function name. Okay. So that's the difference between the function and class component. So okay, I'm going here. So what I have to do is, so I have to going to set the state. So I'm going to call this set dot set state. Okay. And then I'm going for count the I should call this value. So here it is right, the state value I should be called now right now here. So how I'm going to do this dot state dot count. Okay, so I want to increment that. So +1. Okay. So now if I want to call this inside my button, okay, so what I have to do is go here. Okay, just click on button. Okay, so it will be on click. Just give me on that, call it. So before that, this is not going to, because it is a constraint inside a constraint, so we have to use this dot increment. So that will be the function handling. So now increase. Okay, so that will be the button name. So I'm going to, is that everyone understand now? See here. So what is happening here is, I'll just explain to you. So see here, if I click on increase, component is updated. So whenever I'm changing one, the component is getting updated. Okay. And then Again, if I'm changing, the components get updated. So before rendering, so the first one will be updated component mounted. Okay, while the page comes up, so it will show the components mounted. So whenever the previous state and this state is it's not equal to, so sometime it's not equal to, then we'll show as components updated. So this is the basic states and life cycle method of class component. Okay, so after this we are not going to use any class component. Okay, I'll just tell you which is better one. Okay, either class component or functional component. Okay, I'll just show you the difference between these two. Okay, okay, let me do one thing. Okay, for now I'll let you guys itself decide from this charts. Okay, which is better. Just give me a second. Go to the function. Okay, so what I'm going to do is constant count comma set count is equals to use state added as value 0. Okay, you go here and write the function in console increment. Open this function. Okay, go with increment. Here you have to mention calling the set count. Okay, so previous state equal to previous state plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to give this inside my button. Sorry, button increase on click, give inside dash. So yeah, so now I have to call this value. So okay, okay, just give me a second. Okay, okay, okay. Let me go to my main. So here I'm going to import. Okay, okay. So you just guys tell me. Okay, see here. Give me a second. Got review state. Okay. Okay, I got it. Apply this. Okay. So now, so this one is increase one, and so this one is class component, and this one is functional component. Okay. Now, see here. Okay. So see here. Now what I'm going to do? Increase. Okay. Here also it will increase. So just tell me now which is easiest, either the functional component or class component. Just tell me guys which is easiest.
Function, function.
Yeah, functional component.
Functions.
Yeah. So that's the difference between class component and functional component. Okay. So it is really easier and it is a older version. So is that clear everyone? Before moving to the next copy, the state and lifecycle method of class component. Is that clear? Just raise your hand guys. If you are clear with it, we'll move on to the next one. Great. Hmm. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, just give me a second. Let me make this use of, okay, let me close this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is the next topic will be, okay, core React concept. Okay. So I'm going to manage today. I'm only going to handle this one. Okay. Only core React concept. If it is case, if I have the time, I'll move on to this. Otherwise, I'm going to stop from today. Core React concept. Okay, just give me a second. The first thing. Okay, so yeah. Okay, the first one, the core React concept is the first one, managing state. Okay, so definition means state is a built-in object used to track data changes in a component. So recently I just shown you the state, right? So how I'm going to set a state, okay, use state. So yeah, how I'm going to function update it. Okay, so that's the basic concept of defining a state. So this is how you are going to define the state. Okay, so whatever it is, like form value, form 1, form 2, form 3. So these are the things, so that we done using the use state. Okay, so this is the core concept of the first one, managing, say how you are going to manage a state. Okay, so writing either you can do like this. Okay, so this is not a good approach. Okay, I'll just tell you. Okay, like here, going here and giving this. Okay, and writing this. So this is not a good approach. Okay. So this is not a good approach, because no one can able to give a particular function. Okay, like defining an arrow function, and here is going to increment. So this is not a good case. So most of the time you should avoid this. Okay, because there is a scenario whenever you are pushing a code through after completing your development. Okay, you will push your code and you will get a approve access from your technical lead or your senior member. So what they will do, what they will be checking is the first one, whether you are writing the variable names are correct. If sometimes some people would be giving no experience, means they will write experience. So the I mean definition will be different. Okay, so these are the things they will definitely will carefully look onto it. So you have to mention the proper variable name. Okay, proper declaration should be done. So if it is anywhere, if it is been found, your approval request to the deployment, okay, it will be rejected. Is that clear, everyone? So this is not a good thing. Okay, is that everyone clear?
Yes,
Just raise
bro.
your, yeah.
And one more thing, you create separate folder names like core React concept, and inside the topics program. It's
Mm,
very easy to understand.
yeah, sure. Just give me a second. Okay, let me do.
Separate folder, bro.
Okay, the first one is okay. Okay, is that okay now, Harsh? Hello.
Yes, bro. Okay.
Mm. So the next one, the core React concept, we are having passing the data with props. Okay, so yeah, same thing. So need to pass the data from one component to other component. So we'll be using props method. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, so here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to give my value. Mm, name. Okay. Uh, my name is okay, so for moving to props data, what I have to do, go to my manage state. Okay, I'm going to props data name. Okay. So okay, mm. So what I have done is okay. So passing a value inside my props. Okay, so this prop data component has been reused inside the manage state. So here I'm going to pass my value here. So yeah, so from here I'm going to get the props value data passing. So I'm going to map it here and show it. So this is how the core concept of passing data with props. Definition: props, short for the known as properties, are used to pass data from one component to another component. Okay, so these are the core concept of the second part. Is that clear, everyone?
One more time, tell me.
Pardon?
One more time, please explain it.
One more time, should I need to explain or should I need to write it?
Explain, bro.
Yeah, okay. So what I am doing here is, okay, in my manage state component, I'm going to already I have created a props data component. That component I'm going to import inside my manage state. Okay, so in the UI part. Okay, so inside the return one. So here what I'm doing is I'm managing here. Okay, return props data. I'm going to pass the value of a prop from one component to the this component value. So what I'm going to do is here in manage state I'm going to declare a name called name. Okay, this is a prop value. Okay, as the name is your name. So the name is here. I have just declared my name. Okay, so name Mohammed Suzai Rayan. So here I'm going to pass the value inside here, inside this prop component, JSX component. Then here I'm going to call it. Okay, so my name is Mohammed Fuzel Rayan and I am a Monsec developer. Is that clear now?
Yes, now clear.
Yeah, okay. So the same thing, okay. So we'll move on to the conditional rendering, okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to do so because I have just given a true value, so it shows that welcome to Besant. Okay, so if I'm giving false, so it showed a sign in. Is that clear the difference between the conditional rendering based on the status value, true or false? Okay, any value. Is that clear, everyone? Others? Okay, right. So now there is another one. Okay, component reusability. Okay, so this is one of the most pivotal part. So definition of this is component can be reused multiple times with different props. Okay, so what I have done is I'm using the component for the multiple props. So this is the core concept of component reusability. So I'm using this component, okay, which one? Manage set component for this two other component. Okay, you're using multiple times. Okay, for an example, okay. So now if I want to call this props data into this class component, okay. Wait just a second. I want to call this inside my main page, okay. So go here, okay, at the end of the session, props data, okay. So here you have to mention the name. So yeah, name, okay. Okay, so instead of name, value. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to call this in my main page. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call this inside my manage set. Okay, so now do you understand, guys? So how am you reusing the component? Okay, calling two or three time multiple time reusable of a component. Okay, so this will take place in card, tables, data value fetching, and for pagination. And yeah, so these are the two things. These are the three things that we will be using this most thing. Okay, for example, button. And if you want to call a button component from one component to another one, so button model, pop-up model. So these are the things. Is that clear, everyone? So how we can able to reuse the component? Is that clear, everyone? If you are clear, just raise your hands. Okay, good. Okay. So okay, so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so that is event handling and form. So it is going to be really interesting. Okay, so I have done with core concept now. So I'm going with event. Okay, all right. First one will be the event dot JSX. Okay. So after this, you are going to have a small assessment. Okay, that you have to submit on Monday. Okay, I'm going to look into that. Is that clear, everyone? So I need to know, so how far you have been well versed with this React concept. Is that clear, everyone? Just raise your hand, guys.
What is the assessment, bro?
I'll tell you after the end of the class.
Okay.
Okay. The first one will be, I'm going to write the function. Okay. I need to declare the name. Okay. Let me. Wait a second. Oh, okay. What I have to do is go with color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more folder name called page. Okay, here I'm going to import each and every component like event handling. So these topics and all. So here I'm going to visit with the uh, so RES. Okay. Go to my main page. Click is not defined. Okay. Landing page. Go with event. Uh, okay.
Every time this main page dot JSX file, in that only you are adding if you like every file you are whatever you do in other file you have to add it here.
Yes. So for that one purpose only, what I have done is I just created a page folder. Okay. So here I'm going to import all the things. So only this page will be rendered. That's it. Instead of calling each and everything at frequently inside the main page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to restrict this. Okay. Instead of that, I'm going to create a folder variable called in a source file, the pages. Okay. For each and everything, like now event handling, whatever the topics I'm going to do, that entire component folder will be called inside the handling page. Okay. So then this only I'm going to import in my main page. So automatically it will be rendered. Is that clear now, Monica?
But this create root dot get element by ID, that method is there, no? So it will automatically come when you use the React.
Yes, automatically it will come. You don't
Okay,
need,
and
so
what?
one, yeah, wait, the once at a time when you install your React application, okay, you don't need to do anything. So just you need to import a component inside this thing. Okay, for that purpose only what I have done, what I am doing right now is instead of calling each and every time at my main.jsx, okay, so what I'm going to keep it as a separate page. So there I'm going to import all the thing and only one file will be called here. That's it. So this is a static layer. So this is the thing, whenever if you are rendering, so this will the entire root component will be rendered. That's it. Is that clear now, Monica?
Clear.
Yeah, great. Okay. So what where I was? Okay. So yeah. So if I click this, hello, you have just clicked this button. So this is a handling event. So like for example, just give me a second. So whenever you are handling a function event like clicking and then on change, okay, input in on change type. So like handle click on change writing inside your input field. So these are the event handling. So React handles user interaction like clicks or form input changes using event handler. Okay, so these are the things that comes under event handler. So this is known as handling events in React. Okay, so the next one is there are two components in function itself. One is control component and one is uncontrolled component. So what is control component? Control component means React control the form input value using the state. Okay, so with the help of the state, it will be controls the value. So the uncontrolled component is the DOM handle the form value via reference to the element of an object. Okay, for that purpose, it will be using uncontrolled component. So we'll look on to an example for this one. Okay, just go here, control and control JSX RAF. Okay, so control and uncontrol. So what I'm going to do is the first one will be the control. Okay, I'm just writing here control component. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is the first one. Before that moving, I have to declare my state variable. So constant first name. I'm going to write my input now. First name, comma, set first name. Okay, and goes with constant constant p dot target dot value. So I have to pass a e variable. So what I'm going to do is going with my first one. So that will be input type text name first name. Okay, input type text name. So this is on an event kill candle function. Okay, like changing the input values. So first we have sought only an and click, and now this is also on change placeholder. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to import my page, right? So where it is. Yeah, okay. So here I'm going to give control and uncontrol component. Okay. See here. Now if I type this, okay. Okay. So with the help of on change function, the targeting and value inside this. So I'm getting my name. Okay. I can able to write the name. Okay. So if I want to show this name here, in my, whenever typing, I want to show this. So what you have to do is just simply, if I want to show in UI, so what you have to do is just go ahead here, just make it a span. Here you have to pass it the first name. Okay. So yeah. So I have written Muhammad. Okay. So if I control this, it will change. So if I'm writing Hari, so it will come Hari. Is that clear, everyone? Just raise your hand if you're clear with this control component. So I'll move on to the uncontrolled component. Okay, good, great, right? That's amazing. Okay. So yeah, the next one is uncontrolled component. Okay, from this, yeah, just give me a second. So that will be an uncontrolled component. So now how I'm going to manage uncontrolled component, the reference element. Okay. So simple thing, just you have to mention here we are using use ref. I'm not going to use this one right now. Okay, entirely I'm not going to use this. So state value, so I'm going to use ref. Okay, see here, use ref. So what I'm going to do is just mention here uncontrolled component. Okay, here I'm going to mention constant input ref is equals to use ref. I'm going to call this use ref what I have imported at my top of the page. Okay. So now I'm going to write a function name. Okay. On chain G with handler name. So handle input, just make it a name. Go with a function. Here what we have to do is, okay. So here you have to mention as input ref dot current dot value. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going any state. I'm not decline this method. So reference to an element of this one. So that's the purpose of input ref. So what I'm going to do is here we are given input type text name, first name, enter your name. So this kind of, I'm not going to give any of this. Just simple one goes here. Okay. Remove this entire thing except placeholder. Okay. Keep this as handle string. Here you have to pass handle input. Okay. And here you have to mention reference of the element, that will be the input ref. Okay. So now if I want to call this, okay, so what I'm going to do, so what I'm doing, I'm passing the entire reference value inside the current value. So if I want to call it in my UI, okay, goes with span, make use of input. Give me a second. Current. Okay. So these are not valid thing. Okay. Mm, okay. I think here I have to pass the value now. So here I can't able to give like this itself. So input ref dot current. So goes with my ternary operator again. So here input ref dot current dot value. So close it and make sure our inventory. See ya. Okay. So just one more error here. Okay. How I can do this? Into one time, create a mistake. Another one. Value. Value. Okay. I think I have to pass this. Yeah, it seems. Then let me call up this value here. That dot this should be fine. Yeah. So this is how I'm going to call reference. So I'm not using any value, right? Just input ref. Here what I'm using is e.target at value, okay, for calling the onChangeEvil handle, okay. So here I'm going to the current value, the reference of this element, okay. So these are the two basic concept difference between control component and the class component, okay. So is that clear, everyone? So if you are clear, let me move on to the next one. If you have any doubt, just raise me. Guys, is that clear? Okay. So the next one is form state management. Okay. Definition is managing the value of input field using state. Okay. So yeah. So this is how you are going to manage a form input by using the state variable. So this one, just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So let me do one thing. I'll just import here. Okay. Form. This will be the state form here. So the first one will be the state form. So this is how the form state management works. Okay. Before that moving, so I'm going to wrap up this input inside my form, and I'm going to do that thing. Okay. Go here, form, open where close bracket. I'm going to paste here. So what I'm going to do is copy this, I paste it here. Now I'm going to for an on submit. Okay. So that will be my. So what I'm going to do is constant submit handle submit. Okay. Go with this. So here I'm going to give set first name. Set first name dot target dot value. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give another one. So result set result. Okay, so I'm going to call the set result here. And then I'm going to call my first value, first name. So then I'm going to submit to show inside my form. So yeah, so that will be here. So now you may ask, where is button? Okay, so here you have to give button here. Okay, button type will be submit because I'm using inside of my form on submit. For that purpose, I'm going to use type as submit. Okay, submit. Okay, so now here I'm going to show the result. Okay, for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my ternary operator for this condition. So result is there. Otherwise, yeah, ternary operator like this one. Okay, I click on this, I get this. Okay, let me do this. Okay, this should need a button, right? Submit. Okay, so now okay. So what I have to do is I'm using here. So go with e dot prevent default because I'm using form element. Do you guys okay with it? So how I'm writing my form, how I'm going handling my form element. Is that clear, everyone? Just raise your hand, guys. Good. Okay. So we'll move on to our last one, form validation. So after that, I'm going to give you an assignment. Okay. Simple one. Okay. REFC. Okay. REFC validating form. Valid. So now what I'm going to do is constant email, set email to state, use state. Okay. So form validation, constant, error, set error, use state, empty variable. Okay. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is writing my function. Okay. Handle submit function, constant handle submit. Okay. Go with e dot prevent default. For I think that's e, right? And here what I'm going to do, if email dot includes at, okay, set error, set valid email, and else set error. Okay, and also make use of set make use of form. Okay, so after this, I need a handle function, constant handle email. So for targeting my value, email e dot target dot value. I have to mention e here. Okay, so then okay, then goes with another JSX function fragment. So that will be a wrap and extra there. So goes here, and I'm going to use my form on submit, and it will be a handle submit. Okay, and then goes with input type text name. What is the name? That will be in terms of email, and placeholder. Enter your email, and then close this and make use of submit button. Type submit. Okay, submit, and then at the end of the form you have to mention the error variable. So error will be using my conditional operators. So span. Okay, so that will be error. Okay, so here I can able to mention the style as of now. And now we'll move on to the bootstrap. Uh, just give me a second, guys. Same line. I'm getting a call. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. So is it color? Right. Okay, now where it is that? Oh, I have to give my on change. On change goes this, and I have to import my handling here. So that will be what is that one? Validate. Okay. Oh, so yeah. If I goes this, giving us okay. Okay. E dot prevent default handle submit. Hmm. Seven. Okay, got it. Yeah, I found it. Do you understand now how I'm handling my form? Is that everyone clear? Just raise your hand, guys. If you're clear with it, just raise your hand.
Bro, now what to do, bro? Any change in code?
Pardon?
Any change you go in this code, bro?
What I have done is nothing, bro. Just simple. I have to mention this E. Okay, so I haven't mentioned that. So that's the previous scenario. It
What is
keeps
the
on loading.
purpose
I
of E,
didn't.
bro?
So if you are using this event or preventing the default, so whenever you are using this form submit, okay, for the form purpose, so it will keep on uh, even the target element has been not been declared, okay, particularly in handle submit because you are using the form. So that purpose you have to mention an E. I am giving the parameter, so that parameter will be prevented instead of reloading entirely. I'm showing the invalid email, okay, the error message. So that should be shown without that. It should be shown in UI application. For that purpose, I'll be preventing that rendering happens, the event bubbling. Okay, so that's the concept for this one. Is that clear now?
Yes, bro.
Okay, great. So yeah, I am done with today's class. Okay, just wait a second. Okay, so your assignments are, okay, note it down carefully. Yeah, the first assessment. Okay, I'll just explain you. Oh, right. The first one is create a array value with name, email, age, location. Okay, that should be shown in table. Okay, use th, td, tr. So your previous instructor would have taught you the tables in HTML, right? Just raise your hand, guys, if you are known with the table.
Yes.
Okay, so use the table with the help of map. I have to map the elements. So I need the header name, email, age, location should come inside a table and with the help of map array method. Okay. So this is the first one. And the second one will be form submit. That should be name, email, age, location, uh, name, location.
Password, bro.
Just give, yeah, just a minute. Password, uh, checkbox, okay, gender, Gender should be in terms of radio button. Okay. Gender use radio button using HTML. Okay. And need validation for each thing. Okay. And for each state variable, and then submit button. Use full customize CSS API. Sorry, CSS. So you can use CSS in your file. Just import whatever you are going to do is here you have to mention .css and just import directly. Okay. So I'll just explain how your instructor would have taught you the CSS, right? What is CSS? How you are going to write a class? Okay. So that's the same purpose here. What I am going to do is just go to a particular folder where you want to create each component for separate CSS. So here I'm going to give class.css. Okay. So here you have to enter your CSS. Okay. Info, text, align, and that will be center. Okay. So if I want to call that at the top of my page, just import slash class.css. Do you understand, guys? So how you are going to import the CSS? I need full CSS with the help of form. Okay. Is that clear, everyone?
Clear, bro, but how the assessment will be do in React, bro? First thing, HTML file will be add in this React and CSS also. How to do?
No, same here. First, have you installed the first step, the first class, what I have taught you, how to install the React application, right?
Oh, yes, bro.
Yeah, okay. So if you have done that, so you don't need to worry. So, so first one, create a component, okay? For first assessment, give name as component assessment, and then go for it. Use an array value, name, email, age, location. Okay, the reference will be where it is, where it is, where it is. Keep this is as your reference. Okay. Keep this is as your reference
Okay,
as an
bro.
array. Okay. So follow up this. Make use of create a component page and then write entire HTML inside the return function. Okay. So whatever is CSS, you have to import the CSS. Okay. I need see with the help of CSS also. Is that clear now, everyone?
Bro, the table will be created using HTML.
Yeah, with the help of normal HTML table, th, td, tr. That's it. So with the help of HTML normal. So
Inside this one.
inside you have to map that those thing. Okay. So that's it. Is that clear?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it, man. So I need you have to because you're having 3 days tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. I need it on Monday. Is that clear?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, just raise your hand if you're clear with it. So we'll wind up the class. Okay. Okay. Great. After there is one other thing I have to speak with the managers. Okay, Besant team. So I'll get back to you. Maybe I am sort of conducting a test for you. Okay, that will be in terms of one word, multiple choice question. Okay, so I'll just let you know when you are going to attend the test after the end of the course. Okay, then for then also you have to
Oh,
be prepared well and learn all the concept whatever is been taught. Okay, from that itself you are going to get the multiple choice question test. Is that clear, everyone?
yes, bro. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
great. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll send you in the I'll send you this assessment in the group. Okay, just go through it and make use of full opportunity. I need a full cooperation from your side. Okay, I just want to know how far you have been understand the concept of React. Okay, before moving on to the because why I'm telling is after moving to the next one from tomorrow onwards. Okay, advanced React, we are moving on it. So it will take some more, it is really tough, difficult thing. Okay. If you understand these things, so it will be really helpful for you to cope up with the other topics. Okay. That's it, guys, from my side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, bro. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.